It's interesting, Congressman. You mentioned that Charlie Rangel had led this meeting that you had on this particular issue. And, of course, Charlie Rangel has had these ethics charges lodged against him, and he's in this fight for his political career. Has these charges that are pending now and the sort of maelstrom that is surrounding him, and on the day that you were in Washington, he gave this really sort of amazing speech in his own defense on the floor using a point of personal privilege. Has this had an impact on his ability to do his job? I mean, when he's leading meetings like that you're talking about as the dean of the delegation, are people listening to him? Do they still believe that he has the clout that he did before?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Charlie has the clout that he had before, but he certainly has the force of his personality. Now, we met from about 10 o'clock until maybe 11:15 or 11:20 on Tuesday. Charlie ran that meeting. He ran it with an iron hand. I mean, several times when tempers started to flare, because we not just had members of the delegation, we also had union representatives, we had building contractors there, we had victims leadership there, and a few times things did start to get unruly. Charlie gave that loud whistle of his, he banged the table. No, he ran the meeting with an iron hand. And what struck me about it was, probably an hour later, he was up on the House floor giving the 37-minute speech, and I had no idea it was coming. None of us in the meeting did. And he didn't at all seem preoccupied. Usually if you have something big coming up and you're at a meeting, your mind is wandering elsewhere, you're looking at the ceiling or you're taking notes. Charlie was 100% into that meeting. He was setting up the order of recognition. He was cutting people off. He was keeping people in line. He sort of strolled up to the House floor. We had one vote. The next thing I know, Charlie's at the microphone, point of personal privilege. I went on for 37 minutes. So it has not affected him all physically. It hasn't really affected him as far as ability to work. Obviously, if you say his clout has been diminished in the House, it has. But as far as his one-on-one force of personality in the room, it was the same old Charlie Rangel that I've known for over 2